Welcome back, class. This is Arthur Turner again. We're going to be working on color theory. I hope everybody had fun working on the last project, the sun and moon. Now, at this point, we're going to be working with value and color. Now, last semester, we were working on value, and as you know, value is the lightness and darkness of a color. So that means, if you take any color, like red, whatever, okay, red, blue, green, okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna use RGB colors today. But say you take red, you got the different shades of red, going from the darkest red you can come up with all the way moving over to white. Okay, and we're talking about value. So that is kind of what we're going to do today. You did it with black and white last semester, just using a pencil or charcoal, stuff like that. Now you're going to use color. Now, what we got to do, okay, we got to create a tool that is used to test value. It's a value scale. Now, if you want to, this doesn't have to be straight, and I'm going to use this, and I'm not trying to make money on Prismacolor, even though they do make good stuff, but what I need this for is I just need to make a straight line, so I'm just going to do that. Excuse me. Can't be doing that too much. Mess around and lock my butt up. Let me see. And like I said, this really does not have to be straight. You can just freestyle sketch this, and as long as you just have a rectangular box. Okay, so here we go. So we just have that. And we need to divide it up. This is, like I said, this is going to be a real quick project. Let's try to make it even, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we got that. So we're going to start off there. And if you want to, you can number it just so you know you have 4, but it doesn't matter. Now, we're going to use these colors. Okay. You got red, green, blue, RGB. And you probably have heard that before, like RGB. Well, those colors usually is how we start, like, kids off in school. Later on, you get into an advanced class, we start talking about cyan, magenta, yellow, stuff like that. But really and truly, it's just a different color system. You have additive color systems, subtractive color systems, things like that, and that gets kind of complicated, and I can explain it, but not right now. I just know y'all just want to get to drawing and painting and stuff, coloring and whatnot. So this is going to be a real simple project. So I'm going to start off with red. Now, what I need y'all to do is you're going to fill in this box, and I need you to fill it in. I probably should have sharpened this thing. It's starting to run down. You want to get rid of all the white space, and I'm gonna give you a little coloring painting secret. See, right now I'm going diagonal, slanted. If you see this now, obviously I have the white space, and I don't want white spaces in there. I want this to be a good solid red. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go the other way, diagonal, and I'm gonna come across. Come this way. And see, that's going to eliminate a little bit more of the white space. So we have a good solid red. Then I'm going to go in another direction. So now I'm going to go horizontal and come down. So that gets rid of all that red. All that little white space. Okay, so I got that little edge over there. Let me get rid of that. We want to make that uniform. Alright, so we got our red. So we're going to say that that's a good solid red. Now, this is where, actually, you're going to need 2 more colors. If you have them. Okay, I need you to have a white, I need you to have a black. Now, I know most of y'all may not have the supplies right now. So, I am going to show you how to do this if you have the black and the white or if you do not have it. Okay? So, let's just assume that, I'm going to assume right now that you do have a black and white colored pencil or crayon. And actually, you can do this with crayons if that's what you have. Right now, I want you to use what you got. Now, let me see. In fact, I'm gonna write this up here. Let's just go red. Okay, so we got red up there. Now, this one right here, okay, we need to affect the value on this. So we need to make it lighter. So what you're gonna do to make this lighter is we need to add white to it. So I am going to start off, again, I'm gonna use my red and I'm gonna push down on it light. Okay, which will make this look lighter than this box right here. So it should kind of look pink. Now the reason it looks real light right now is obviously it's because the white is showing up through there. And that is basically what I want. Because if you, technically we were using paint, and you added white to this red, it's going to get lighter. The more white you put down, the lighter it's going to get. The lighter I push down on this this color pencil, the more white space is probably going to show through here, and the lighter this thing is going to look. So therefore, it looks like it's pink. Now, if I want it to be a true pink, however, I'm going to add more white. I'm going to put white on top of it. Now, if you don't have white, just leave it alone. Just shade it in real light, leave it alone. You want it to look like it's pink. It was pink anyway. I'm just right now, but if you have a white color pencil, you can put this on top of it. Okay, so so for the most part that looks good. That's fine. Now, so this is red and white. Okay, over here, okay, we're going to affect the color's contrast, which means we actually have to add gray to this. So we're going to have red, red and gray. How are we going to do that? Now, again, some people don't know this. Some students don't know that, and there's no shame in not knowing this. I know a lot of kids, a lot of adults that don't know this. But first you have to take white and black together. You mix that together, obviously you're going to have gray. So, if that's, especially if you're dealing with paint, it's a lot easier. With this, okay, we're going to have to put a color down. But you might be asking, what if I don't have a black and a white? I've learned a long time ago to use what I got. So here I just have a regular pencil, a number 2 pencil. And you can just put red down first and then go right over it with this gray lead. And you will produce something similar to that. This is the one I did with the color pencils with the black and the white on top of the red. So it looks like it's muted. Okay, that's red and gray. There's red, gray, black. I mean, that's red, black, and white. So it's gray. It's muted. It's dull. That's basically what happens when you affect the color's contrast. It becomes dull. So that's bright red. That's dull. Down here, I did the same thing, except this is where I used the pencil. I put red down. I put some gray like on top of the red. Went back over with a little bit more red. Went back over a little bit more with the pencil. That's all I use. So, still do the same thing. But, I'm going to put it down right here. So, let me see. I first want to start off putting just a little bit of red, if you're using the color pencils. If you got a, or you got a crayon, a red crayon, white crayon, black crayon. Start off, I'm going to put that down. Try to make sure it's even, so I'm going to go in different directions. start off, I'm going to put some white back on top. So we're affecting the contrast again, which, I mean not the contrast, we're affecting the value again, so we're making the light, look like pink. Then I'm going to take a little bit of black, I'm going to push down on it very light. You don't want to push down hard. Okay, if you look, it's kind of starting to look kind of gray, but that's not the color I want because it's too dark in my opinion. I want a nice grayish looking dull flat red. Go back and put some more white on top. That's gonna definitely make it turn this into gray. Put some more red. And you may have to do this several times, but to get the shade you want, it really doesn't matter. There you go. I'm not going to be too nitpicky. If I sit here, I could be here all day just trying to get this thing looking, I want the right shade of gray. Okay, as long as it's grayed out, we're good. So, now for the last one, we're going to do red. No, it's going out. Red and black. Can't spell today. Alright, so this one's real simple. It's just red, put black on top of it. We want it to be a dark red. We're affecting the value and we're trying to make it really dark. So I'm going to start off with red again, and this time I can even push down on the red a little bit more so I can just have a nice little red. Okay, I can go in different directions. I need to sharpen this thing, so at this point this is going to look kind of messy. Alright, now I am going to take the black and I am going to put the black on top. And you really don't want to push down too hard on this, but you do want to make sure that it's darker than this. Like I said, this has been muted. We just affected the color's contrast. This one right here, we definitely want this to look like a blood red, like a blackish red color. Now, if we was using paint, obviously it'd be a lot easier. But again, you can do this with anything. You can do this with color pencils, crayons, or whatever. You know, like I said, you gotta use what you got. Okay, so it's kind of dark. It's definitely darker than box 3, and I want to go back and put some more red on top. So like I said, I want this to be a blood red, and there we go, it's getting dark. There we go. Alright, so again, we have red, we have red white, we have red and gray, okay, which is basically red, white, and black. Or like I said, if you have to, you can use just use a pencil just to add gray automatically to it. And then we have red and black. Now we're going to go to the other color. So I should have went ahead and made another box. That's the pattern you're going to follow. Like I said, we're using RGB. And like I said, this is leading up to a bigger project, so I just need you to understand these little concepts here, so let's do that. Okay, so we're going to use green. So it's going to do the same thing. So we're going to put green down in this box. And I'm going to rush through this one a lot faster. And like I said, don't worry. I mean, if you come outside the box, what do we do? We come outside the box. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that this first color you put down, just make sure that you try to eliminate as much of the white space as you can. That streakiness, try to get rid of it. And remember what I told y'all, the best way to get rid of the streakiness is to go in several different directions. So right now I'm using a diagonal little pattern. As I shade, I'm going from the bottom coming up diagonal. Now I'm going to go the other way diagonal, go that way. And then I'm just going to maybe go horizontal and just make my way down. So that gets rid of the white space. A lot of it. Alright, so we got our green. Now, green and white. I'm just going to start off. I'm going to push down lightly on the green. Now, again, if you do not have a white crayon or color pencil or whatever, just push down on the green very light, and again, the white from the paper will give you the effect that we need for this to work. As long as you have some streakiness through this, the white is coming through. So truthfully, I could just leave this thing just like it is, and it will be fine. Just understand that this is green and white. But since I have white, I'm going to put white down on it. It's more fun that way. Okay, so right now it looks like a neon kind of color. Now we need to come over here. We need to add green and gray. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of green down. I'm going to start off light. You always want to really start off light, and then if you need to go dark, go dark. It just makes things a little bit easier, because once you go and start off like real dark, you can't go backwards. So okay, so right now we have that. I'm gonna go now. And again, if you don't have white and black, you do not have those two colors right there, just use a pencil. Just use a pencil, go over it, and you will make it, you will mute the color out. You will affect the color's contrast. You don't get that gray color in there. But if you do have white and black, let's just go ahead and put some white down. Get that little neon looking color, which is actually pretty, and then we're gonna, unfortunately, we're gonna put a little bit of black on top of it, so we're gonna give it that murky looking dull green color, which you're probably not gonna like. You're gonna be like, ooh, that's ugly, but we gotta do it because you have to know how to affect a color's contrast. The lightness and dullness of a color, that is contrast. Value is the lightness and darkness of a color. Contrast is the lightness and dullness of a color. So we got some black now. I'm gonna go back and put some white back on top of it, and then we're gonna make it grayed out some more. See, there we go. So we got that murky looking green. It's not quite pretty, but you know, hey, like I said, you gotta know how to do it. And then we gotta come over here. We gotta do green and black. Affecting the value again, so we want it to be a darker value, so now we're going to put black on top of it, which will make a really dark, like forest green. And I'm not even going to lie to you, I'm starting to rush because I was trying to keep this video down, but you know, I figured y'all probably need to see it. Most people are gonna be like, I need to see it. So you're gonna see what I'm doing. Now, like I said, we usually would have used paint with this. I usually use paint with this project, but because of the virus and everybody right now is strapped tight for cash, and this may be all you have. You may just have color pencils, crayons, stuff like that. Just use what you got. You know. There we go. We got a dark green. Now, to complete RGB, we need one more color. We need blue. So let's make another value scale. Like I said, use what you got. I don't have a ruler, so I'm going to use this thing here. And it doesn't have to be straight. At the end of the day, I just need to know how to mix the colors. Okay, we got, whoop! Let me do this right here. Might as well keep it uniform. Okay, so we're going to use this blue color right here. So again, we're going to start off over here. Now, truthfully, with this project, I'm not going to lie, you can use whatever colors, because this is leading up to a bigger project that you're going to do after this one. But I need you to understand how to darken a color. I need you to understand how to mute a color, affect the contrast. So I just chose RGB. In school systems, we usually teach RGB, red, green, blue. But I could have just as easily went, cyan, magenta, yellow. But I know y'all been looking at me crazy. Like, what's that? And it's just another color system. One color system, RGB, I would say is what we use in the school systems because it's just easier. And one color system is for digital. I would say digital media. Another color system is for using paints and ink and stuff like that. So either or can be used right now. So again, we just made this to a light blue just by being real light. But I'm gonna go ahead and, since I got white, I'm gonna put white on top of this. We want that little baby blue or sky blue or however. Okay, so that's a nice little light blue. It's definitely lighter than this. Now we gotta affect the contrast. We're gonna go there. So again, we gotta add gray to it. So if I have black and white together makes gray. If I don't have black and white, I am going to use a color pencil. I might just use a color pencil just so y'all can see it being done. You can experiment with either or, but like I said, I wasn't born with the latest, greatest art supplies in the world growing up. So I've always, just with anything, I've just had to work with what I got. I'll find stuff around the house to produce what I need. That's the real beauty of art, and why art is important, because art teaches you to be creative, and you can usually figure stuff out. I mean, not just from an art sense. I just give an example. I have an old classic truck. Many of y'all know that. Many of you knew I drag race. Well, most of the parts for this thing doesn't even exist anymore. So I have to fabricate stuff, and sometimes I will go to a junkyard, go find random stuff and put it together and fix it up and make it fit on my truck. You have to create the stuff you need. I mean, it's just, that's the beauty of it. That's what art does for me. You can be creative. You can make stuff up. There we go. We got that murky looking blue. See, that was just used just with a pencil. add some more gray to it. So, like I say, you gotta work what you got. You figure stuff out, especially when you're desperate. Let me see. Now we just gotta add black to this, and we are done with this lesson. We just fill all that in. So we got our blue right there. Now we'll take our black, and then there we go. We're going to add that black on top to make a really dark blue. I want some more blue to show up, so I'm going to add some more blue on top. Adding the blue on top is what's going to make this thing look dark. So there we go. So now we got that dark looking blue. So there you go. Okay, so there you go with the colors. That's how you affect the color's value and how you affect its contrast. One more time. You add white to any color, you will make that color light, so it'll have a really light value. You add gray to any color, you're affecting the contrast. You're muting that color, you're making it look kind of murky, a really dull version of that color. You add black to any color, obviously it's going to be a darker value of that color. You know, so this is just basics in just color theory. You know, I really do need you to know how to do this, because again, this right here, this concept, particularly like doing this is going to lead up to a bigger project you're going to do. You know, so like I said, don't stress yourselves out. I really just want y'all just to kind of knock it out, have fun. You know, matter of fact, we're coming up on a vacation. You know, enjoy your, you know, the vacation, spend time with family. You know, but when you have some time, just tackle this little project right here and just knock it out. You know, and just submit it to Google Classroom. I know there may be other people maybe looking at this video, and other kids you know, that's not in my class. You know, if you learn something from this, great, God be praised. You know, hopefully you can take this concept and you can add it to, you know, your own artwork. You know, try drawing something, giving it shadows, muting the color, you know, affecting the value, making it lighter. You know, just you draw an anime character, you know, try to use these concepts on your personal drawing. So, you know, all of y'all, you know, have fun. Thanks for watching. You know, make sure you subscribe so you can see other videos, because like I said, this is leading up to another lesson. So all y'all, you know, just take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.